All right, folks, this is Zindor's house. We're over in the spooky part of Founders. It's nice and dark, kind of, well, spooky, like I said. And as we enter the spot, no road set up. We're not being led anywhere necessarily. Just kind of like this, like bloop of like greens as we're let in. But again, kind of spooky. We're seeing like a bunch of extra cobwebs being laid down. Signs that's this place hasn't really been visited for quite some time. But as we go around here, I want to take a look at this wagon setup here. Was anything different done? No, nothing different was done here. Just a wagon that's been laid out. One more wagon on the side. We got some clothes drying, so someone is kind of here. It's just that not everything has been utilized. So, it's been a bad season for killing. Perhaps. Maybe not so bad. Not as many webs over there. But we get an idea of what this house, or what we might expect inside. We have been surprised before. But at least the impression that I got is that there might be, I don't know, maybe some light murder happening right near. But let's see. So as soon as we come in, we can see like the lights have been dimmed out, which is a nice touch. We come in and we're, of course, offered to lay down our arms, put down our umbrellas or sticks or whatever it is, set the gloves aside and welcome ourselves in. So we first start off with this invitation to eat, which is always a good sign. Nice spread and some corner reading over on that end for those who are like, okay, I'm just gonna like kind of do something on my own while I'm doing some reading. And over here too, we also have like the kitchen set up as well. Now again, like one thing to pay attention to would be like the lighting here. So the lighting, we have like a nice big center light here. We have some other stuff going on. But this sort of light, it has a really good spread. You can sort of see how it's, ooh, that's pretty. You can see how it's brightening up like most of the room, but not quite all of it. So a piece of light like this, it just has like a really large radius, but it's not like blasting us. It's not like super bright in this spot that would otherwise blind us. But check out this grandfather clock. Oh, mighty detailed. So it's framed with platforms and tables. You have what looks like benches on the top. We have that little hammer thing that's going to come out at some point. But then as for the middle construction here, we have some rugs. We also have, I like this. They also used the window. They just flipped it over backwards so we can see the parts inside and used wind chimes for it. But also the glow that comes from that helps to illuminate what's on the inside too. Here we have what I think is like an Ericoa table. And because that rug is part of how that works. And then here the drapery, you can see that right there, along with little jewels that come with it. Pretty. Very pretty setup. It's thick, right? Nice and thick. Right next to it, we have our kitchen setup. All the good stuff. Stuff is ready to be served. Coffee is ready to go, of course. Prep table, some dishes need to be done. Pantry area right over here. And then I'll check out what's probably like a bigger pantry back there in just a bit. But first, I want to admire like the glow, the double glow here, because look at how this glow bounces. Because there are two sources here that include that whole flickering lighting effect. So that's why you're seeing both like this kind of like this weird clash of like the yellow and the green lights. But it looks neat too. Haven't seen this done before. So I like how this happens to come together. Otherwise, if you're not being blinded too much by the light flicker, you can kind of enjoy yourself, have yourself a bit of a read. Nothing keeps you warm, like the fusion of regular flyer plus oblivion. All right, is this a thing? I don't know if this is a thing. No, that is not a clickable thing. All right. I think I turned off the fireplace. So if I turn that off, so now we're left with like the lovely greens. All right, so I feel like I want to go through there a little bit later. That definitely seems like a secret, but first, sorry, let me backtrack just a bit, make sure I didn't miss anything here. Yeah, I think it was just like the shelf case right here. Yeah. So we'll see what is through here first, because this looks like just a carved out space for a small bedroom. Okay. So as for who lives here, maybe it's the help. You know, they come out, they prep stuff, they clean things up, they come back here. You know, because otherwise we have a pretty modest bedroom setup. Pretty tight, nothing very opulent or too crazy, but then they do have like one nice lamp that they set up for themselves. Yeah, kind of minimalist here. So the story I'm telling myself, it's the help that lives here. Now, like I said, we're going to go through that dark portal thing a little bit later. First, I want to go through here because now we've shifted. You know, now we have this sort of like blood elf vibe going on. We got, oh, check that out. This is something that I've been wanting to put together, where you have like the whole statue, but then you have like these, like, I forgot what they're called, power sources or something like that, that act as like wings. So this is cool. This has a sort of like Kyrian vibe. And what are they ready to do? They're ready to play ball, baby. Filigree ball. Boom, they're about to like nail someone in the dome. Oh, well, that sort of thing. So think of it as like Quidditch, but you know, they have wings instead. And it's probably like way deadlier. Because I mean, that thing is just metal. So it's kind of deadly. So we'll that one seems kind of dolled up. We'll go through this door first and see where this takes us. This takes us to an artist area. So here's where the work's being done with AI. That's you know, it's questionable, but well, it's Warcraft. It's their planet. Yeah, work's being done over there, and then well, I'll glance out there a bit more in just a bit. But then here's what feels like, I don't know if we can call it a trophy room, or we can call it like finished product. You know, so if they were like sculpting as well, I don't really see anything to suggest that there's sculpting done. But if there was, you know, here's where some of the finished product would be, suspended right up here. But now we have this curious window. Now remember, we were in a pretty spooky part of Founders, and oh wow, okay, I see what's going on here. They're pulling off a perspective shot. So if you guys remember, when we first did the kind of lap around the house, when we walked by this wagon, and then I remember I pointed out, oh, something, they're not, you know, this place doesn't really look like it's been used very much, because look at all the webs by that cage thing. So we have that set up. Very nice. Very, very nice. Because that's all it's being used for. You know, otherwise this skybox room isn't really being used for. I wonder if they also went as far as to try and emulate some of the other foliage around, you know, in the immediate area around the house, in the neighborhood. That's neat. Love the window work too here, by the way, as well. They could have used the trellis because it's kind of similar to it, but they're like, no, let me show off my chops here. And this is done really well. Really good stuff. Yeah, that's neat. All right. So through the shrouded room is another shroud. Everything that's possible has been copied to this room for the outside. Nice. That's a great trick to pull off. So what's this, sauna room? Sauna room. Heck yeah. Let's close this thing up. Giant thick doors to make sure that none of the heat escapes. And then here we are, relaxing and vibing. Nice. I really like this. This is a good touch by setting up the drapes here. I mean, it's actually also kind of unsanitary because you don't want to just leave them alone by themselves, but it's cool that they have them here just kind of like falling over like that. That's sick. Here's a thing for the water. Throw that stuff onto the rocks. Tighten things up. Notice how we start off with like this forge kind of fireplace thing, and then we have an actual fireplace flipped upside down to act as that vent. Nice. The low lighting really helps to deliver it too. Yeah. Good stuff. I'll leave that guy open, and then through this room is the bathroom. All right. So here's our big vanity. Is that a barricade being set up there? Yeah, it's a barricade. Oh, that's pretty cool. So they just flipped the barricade, and now they just use it as like this this giant sink. That's pretty smart. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then here we have the toilets, a void toilet. Ooh, oh, that's cool. What effect is that? The swirling ritual pedestal. Okay, so kind of like the fell toilet. There's nothing like, you know, the void to just suck up all that waste for it to, you know, never be seen again. Cool. The void devours everything, right? Let's put it to the test. You know, and the void will be like, nah. Not everything. Not everything. Not willingly, that is. All right. So we go through this shroud here. Yeah, we came from there. Went through that door. That was the sauna and the potty. And then we come here and, oh. What is being done here? Are these tables? It is the oh, that's so cool. I didn't realize it could be clipped like just so subtly that you could create that effect. Oh, so nice. Yo, I want to see more of this, man. You know, we are going to see more of this. Watch. That's neat. That's so neat. So here is like the another bathroom, I suppose. So there we potted, here we bathe. But the way this is set up, oh wow. So, you know, this room, it has a sort of, here's the Horde version. It's not even men's and women's, it's Horde and Alliance. This bathroom has a certain vibe where it's like, I know it's like done. You know, it has everything that we need. But it also has like a work in progress kind of feel. Like eventually, like we may be able to see like this grand bathroom. Oh man, I want to take this effect elsewhere, dude. This is so cool. Yeah. And remember, you can have it going in like multiple directions too. You know, which is very, very neat. Like, I'm not even looking at the other bathroom stuff. I'm just like, oh my god, the walls. Ah. Dazzling. Absolutely dazzling. Yeah, that's going to stick with me for a while. Because I bought a bunch of those tables, and I'm like, okay, what do I do with these? I don't know. But yeah, now I want to do something with that. And I think that's like one of it. All right, so I think I've explored everything. Okay, let me double check one more time. So I went through there. Did I go through? Yeah, I did go through here because I was checking out the, yeah, that's the outside stuff. All right. So that's one of the things that obeys gravity. No, those don't obey gravity. So you can rotate those in different directions and have them go in different ways. Like for those who might remember, I think it was like last week, we looked at the cockpit of a spaceship. And it had the illusion of us traveling through space. That was crazy. Ooh. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, we're going to Narnia, guys. This is always a good sign. Oh, I love this effect. It's the best. So, oh, okay. So we are not, in fact, in Fellville. We are in a grand library instead. Yeah, so check out the climb here with all the with the makeshift ladder, and you know, the lighting helps to deliver the vibe here. You know, very dark, kind of spooky looking, but then we also have right around this corner stairs. Okay, there's stairs actually. Okay, let's explore the rest of the room first. So big library setup. You know, you can see the feel of it that I'm getting. Is the house was designed with this lighting in mind. So you have like some strategically placed candles, not exactly for visual Yeah, not exactly for the visuals, but for like practical use. It's like, okay, reasonably, some people will have like candles here and here, so that way we can, see stuff. Ooh. And then, is this a big room? No, this is a dead end room. So we got chests. We have a whole chesting going on with all of the prey figures. Now, okay, now the question is, who versus who? Right? Because they're all the same color. And I guess you can kind of make out the shapes and all that, but it almost looks like it's just this melee instead. Or it's a chess game and the red team won, right? But then once that's over, what do they do then? Now it's like, now they have no choice but to start going at each other. So it's like the whole orc situation. So we return to this hallway. So now we're gonna make our way upstairs. I think that was the only like secret sort of room that we saw. But now we're going through the secret passageway here, and now we have like this tight climb. So in this case, really popular use, it's using this pillar as like a center, so that way we have like, we have a bit of focus. But now we have this trap door that we climb out of, right? So now we're above all this stuff, and what do we have? Oh, we're in this hidden library spot, complete with the Eye of Acris. So it kind of has a whole secret hidden library vibe. Okay, it's not that hidden. It's just like, it's nice and open over there. But we have like this certain climb that takes us up here. That's neat. Cool use of the trap door kind of thing. But it's not meant to be a secret, I guess. At least once you get past the secret bookshelf case, it's okay, you found this, no big deal. Some people, they'll use something like the secret shelf. They'll just have that there. They'll have it skinned in and try to make it hidden of sorts. But yeah, up here, lots of library-related stuff. Blood Elf literature, Earthen literature, Draconic stuff, Pandaren scrolls on the side as well. But then through here, remember, we're in Narnia. We went through that portal, and so we have like a very different vibe going into this place. And here we have like lots of Forsaken dedications. We have, very heavy on this, because here's what sells it. These purple lights up here, these dark ship lanterns, like we have this bit of contrast. We have like the yellow candles here on the side, and they do provide some lighting, but it's really this that really set the tone. Yeah. Love this color. It can be very soft, it can be very inviting, but in this case, because we have like the Forsaken branding, it gets dark. Reminder, my character is named Petrus. Good point. Very good point. So this is Petrus's lab. And what's going on? No good. Lots of plague-related stuff happening here. But the canary is fine. So we can relax. Everything's safe. All the safety measures have been put in place. Or it's a mutant bird. And they're actually immune to everything, while slowly our brains are melting. So we enter this lab spot, and there seems to be some sort of accident going on there. We'll climb up these tables. And then notice how things kind of like tighten up. Yeah, so we have this sort of like a cluttered look as we enter this laboratory, full of materials for experiments and everything. A lot of work being done, a lot of natural stuff. Oh, and then there's a hole with which to fall into and never come out of. So I'm not going to go down there. I will decline for now. Or that's right. It could be the canary who's doing everything. The canary is Petrus. Surprise. All right, so we come out here, and okay, so we have plague stuff coming from above. This is okay. Now this is becoming incredibly unsafe. How are greens growing in this room? Maybe it's good maybe it's good stuff coming in. I mean, yeah, you can see what looks like faces as they're coming down, but maybe it's fertilizer, you know? Maybe Putris has turned around. He's like, you know what? I'm done with like the plague stuff. Now I'm all about like, cool, I'm gonna make fertilizer and spread life. I'm gonna regrow Tiras Fall Glades. Right? Yeah, see, he's like, yeah, you got me, buddy. He laughs because I'm right. But what other experiments are happening here? Yeah, just like anything you can think of here. Like all the chemistry related stuff. Like he's ready to stab me in the back as soon as I'm helpless. What else is here? Okay, I think, is that like a thing that's going? Okay, so that does have the animated effect. That's neat. I didn't realize that it had like that sort of effect happening. Or it's like multiples because, yeah, so it looks like this normally, but then there's like more of an effect. Yeah, so okay, so I think there are additional effects that are making like this sort of thing come out. That's cool. Can I see it though? I don't think I can. Darn. I'll just accept this as a brilliant depiction. Neat. Oh, we got a little cabinet work too. Haha, nice. Yeah, so great work on the clutter in this spot. Yeah, it's not often that I see like a good bit of clutter when it comes to like alchemy related stuff. Like I'll see things laid out, but then now we're seeing like a little bit more extra touches, and I think that's great. All right. Have I seen everything? I'm not sure. I think we explored like quite a few little nooks and hidden stuff. I didn't fall through here yet. I have. All right, now I'm going through here. Whee! Oh no, I thought I was gonna fall in. Darn. That would have been perfect. That would have been perfect if I actually like fell into the thing. Oh wait. Okay, maybe I am a different kind of trapped. Nope, I made it. Yay! Man, that would have been hilarious. Especially because I just willingly jumped in like, oh, this will be fun. All right. Thank you so much for letting us visit. This was fun.